The harsh ousting of staff following Queen Elizabeth's death left a sour taste for many, it has been claimed. Angela Kelly, the Queen's dresser and close friend for almost 30 years, left the royal household following the monarch's death. The Queen's right-hand woman thought, as promised, that she would stay at her home in Windsor, but instead, she moved. Ms. Kelly wasn't alone, as around 100 staff at Clarence House were also wanted. They faced redundancy. Read more. Steely Kate demanded Queen slap down Sussexes on Oprah interview. Racism claims. Latest, royal correspondent at The Times Valentine Lowe writes in The Times in an updated version of his book Courtiers, everyone knew there would be redundancies, but the harsh way the news was delivered left a sour taste in the mouth for many. He quotes one source claiming everyone in the royal households was absolutely livid and visibly shaken. Mr. Lowe said Ms. Kelly was effectively the Queen's career during her final years, with a room on the same floor as the Queen's private apartments in Windsor Castle. Following her departure, there was speculation she was forced out of her home in Windsor. But the Daily Express's royal correspondent Richard Palmer said this was not the case and that she could have stayed in her home as long as she wanted, but the King brought her a house so she could be closer to her family. Mr. Palmer said, "She's got children and grandchildren in the north of England, and my understanding is she wanted to spend more time with them." Confirming the news of her move on Instagram, Ms. Kelly said, "Getting ready to say goodbye. I am moving at last to my new home, which I will be able to call my home at last." In the comments, the 65-year-old added, "I'm moving to the Peak District, just further on than Sheffield, so not too far away from the family. My work phone has been disconnected, but hopefully you have this one. Looking forward to my new adventures." Don't miss. Meghan Markle never really wanted to be accepted by royal family. Meghan urged to capitalize on position now or risk fizzling out of favour. Poll shows 3 in 4 desperate to read Queen Elizabeth II's diaries. Removal vans pitched up outside Ms. Kelly's Windsor home in May, and the former monarch's senior dresser looked emotional as her belongings were ushered out of the property. Other redundancies made by the King included private secretaries, the finance office, the communications team and household staff who were reportedly notified during the Thanksgiving service for the Queen, at St Giles Cathedral in Edinburgh. At the time, a Clarence House spokesman said, following last week's succession, the operations of the household of the former Prince of Wales and Duchess of Cornwall have ceased and, as required by law, a consultation process has begun. Our staff have given long and loyal service and, while some redundancies will be unavoidable, we are working urgently to identify alternative roles for the greatest number of staff. Extracted from Courtiers, The Hidden Power Behind the Crown by Valentine Lowe, out in paperback on July 6. Headline, £10.99.
From